Hello, welcome to another 642 Tiny Things to Draw update. First up, we have an inkwell. It took a while for me to get a bottle shape that I liked, but once I did, I stuck a feather in the top. Then I started outlining and coloring in with Micron. I thought Micron would work well for this doodle because it's an inkwell, so fill it in with black ink. This is making me think of Bendy and the Ink Machine. Anyway, once I was done with Micron, I came back with a Grabie acrylic paint marker in white to add some highlights. Next is a bent staple, so I drew out my staples first, then I put down a layer of graphite, then I redefined those edges. This doodle is mostly done with graphite. I'm applying different pressures to get different levels of darkness for the shadows. For the highlights, I used that white acrylic marker again by Grabie, and for the darkest dark, I used a bit of Micron. There's those two all done. Next up, we have a vial of poison. That's rather cryptic, but anyway, I started off by sketching out a little glass jar. Then I started shading the jar with a gray Artist Loft colored pencil. For the potion inside, I put down yellow-green first, then I came in with a darker green to shade it. This whole doodle is done with Artist Loft colored pencil. I didn't even outline it because I quite liked it soft and cute. This one looks like a sticker design. I wish I knew how to make stickers because I would totally turn these tiny doodles into sticker sheets. That was a tongue twister. Moving on. Here we have the bell on a pet collar. I filled in the whole thing with Artist Loft colored pencil and added a little bit of shading by pressing harder with said colored pencil. I wanted the bell to be shiny, so after putting down a base layer of gold colored pencil, I took a translucent and rather cheap gold acrylic paint and put a layer of paint over top the colored pencil. And now it's all shiny, and once the paint dried, I took a Micron to add some very scribbly shading. And then I used a couple different colors of Grabie acrylic paint pens to add some texture and highlights. Here it is all done. I think it came out pretty cute. Next up, we have a scar. I wanted to do a burn scar, so I put down an orangish skin tone first. Then I took a very thin Micron and lightly drew some squiggly lines in the pattern of a burn scar. Then I took the same colored pencil as before and pushed a bit harder on the insides of the squiggles to make it darker, to make it look like the other sections of it are raised. That's kind of hard to explain, but to darken those hollows even more, I added a bit of purple. And then for the highlights, I used yellow. I mean, it's interesting, but I don't really know if it looks like a burn scar, so you tell me. Next up, we have a being from the planet Small, which is not a real planet, obviously, so for reference, I looked up the smallest planet in our solar system, which is Mercury. And Mercury is very rocky and full of craters, so I thought maybe I could draw a microorganism that lives in rocky areas, so I started doing some Googling, but I couldn't really find much, so instead I just started drawing craters, and I'm thinking maybe these are colonial aliens that are like little barnacle thingies. Or maybe they look like craters for camouflage. I don't really know, but I ended up drawing these crater shapes using Micron and graphite, and then eventually I went back and added a little bit of brown colored pencil. I'm gonna let you decide what these things are and how they live. Tell me in the comments. Anyway, here we have a water sprite, and I basically drew a water drop with insect wings. When I first drew this, I was thinking water sprite like a fairy type thing, but no, water sprite is a real thing. It's a type of plant, and I didn't know that until just now, but too late. I'm already drawing the fairy droplet, and I think it's cute, so I'm going with it. I used a light blue and a dark blue Artist Loft colored pencil for the water drop. For the wings, I used a yellow green, and then for the veins, I used a darker green. And for outlining, I used Grabie acrylic paint markers. And with those markers, I also added some sparkles around the wings because I thought it was cute. This one also looks like a sticker design. Anyway, next up we have a tilde. I decided to draw the letter N with a tilde, and to make it slightly more artistic, I went for a calligraphy cursive type style, but I'm not good with lettering, so I don't really know how good this looks, but this is what I came up with, so here we are. I also drew some swirlies in the corners and colored everything in with a pink Artist Loft colored pencil, and then I outlined with a purple Grabie acrylic paint marker. I didn't intend to have different line weights with the paint marker, but I messed up on part of the outlining, so I had to fix it by adding different line weights, and here we have it all done. And lastly, we have the dictionary illustration of a chipmunk. I went for the old black and white dictionary illustrations, so I put down a layer of graphite first, and then I started outlining in Micron. I kept this doodle very simplistic. I did not add a whole lot of detail. I added some fur texture for the darker parts of the chipmunk, but that was pretty much it. I also added some scribbles around the corner because for some reason I thought that made it look more dictionary illustration-esque, and here it is all done. I think it's pretty cute. Thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed. Please remember to like, comment, and subscribe. Also, check the description box for my link tree. On my link tree, you can find my Instagram, my other Instagram, my TikTok, and a whole bunch of other stuff involving me. So if you like me and you want to see more of me, click that link. Thank you again. I'll see you in the next video. Bye!